Sure. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Catholic school K through 12. I went to a high school called St. Pius, and no one had gone to Harvard from St. Pius, I think, for about 30 years before I was admitted. But I got in, and I was super excited, and I was deciding between Harvard and Yale. And after visiting days to both of them, I decided to come to Harvard. At Yale, it actually was beautiful. It was like perfect weather. I loved everyone I met, and it was very, very fun. When I came home, I told my mom I thought I was going to go to Yale for sure, which she was upset about because mainly I hadn't spent anything longer than 4 days away from my home in Atlanta before college. My moments were about being far away, and it's a lot harder to get to Yale than Harvard, so you have to like fly to White Plains, which costs a ton of money, or like New York and take a shuttle. She was worried about that. She thought Boston would be easier to get to. She wanted to visit me, and she just thought that Harvard was like a more well-known name. So my mom was bummed about that, and so she made me promise I would go to Harvard visiting days, which I didn't want to, but I agreed to go to. And those were the day after my senior prom, so I like left my prom after party at 1 a.m. before everyone else, and I got up again at like 6 for a 7 a.m. flight, and I flew to Harvard, and I had like huge hair because this was like Southern prom, and I couldn't get my contacts in because I was so tired from the night before, so I had like glasses and huge hair, and I got to Harvard, and it was of course the worst Cambridge weather, which to me is like driving 40-degree rain, and like it flipped my umbrella upside down. So my first day I thought I would never come here, but I ended up really liking the students, and by a fluke ended up in Larry Summers' office with about 5 other kids. He was the president at the time. We talked about tax policy for like 2 hours, and I guess I thought that like at Harvard everyone just hangs out with the university president and talks about economic policy for hours, and I thought I fit in a little bit more with the students here, and admittedly like the Harvard name and ease of transportation, along as getting along a little bit better, I ended up choosing Harvard.